Good morning and welcome to Zen Fits from here in Blackstone, Virginia, the center of the world, but then you too are at the center of the world. Sometime I'll explain that. So I didn't know what I was going to talk about today. It was okay, I don't know. Don't have to talk every day. Then I went to I had an appointment at the medical to get a booster, and I got a flu shot too. And while I was there, I told the nurse that, I've lost hearing in this ear, and I think it's age. It's reduced. Would you check to see if I have an earwax? And so she checked, and sure enough, there was some packed up earwax in there, and they flushed it out, and whoa, now I can hear. So I got to thinking, so I titled this talk, take the wax out of your ear. Because I was assuming it was just age, you lose your hearing in your age. And so I had it checked, and sure enough, it was. And then I remembered my mother used to have earwax a lot. She had to go get her earwax taken out. But so what is the ear? What is this metaphorically speaking when I'm saying take the wax out of your ears? I'm speaking literally. I mean, if you lose a hearing, don't assume that it's your age or something else. Maybe you got wax. It was packed up in there too. So, and by the way, if you're looking at that, I had a little, probably a cancer removed, and a good scraping there. So don't get fixated on that. So anyway, take the wax out of your ears. What is the wax of the eyes? Let's put it that way. What's the wax of perception? It's not wax, it's assumptions. So I would say take the assumptions out of your eye. So I was assuming that I've been losing this hearing here for a couple of years. I thought, well, it's just age. I was assuming that it was just aging. See? So take the assumptions take the wax out of your eyes is taking the assumptions out of your eyes. Now the spiritual, if you are practicing some kind of spiritual practice by turning inward to find the wax in your ears, so to speak, if your purpose of your practice is to discover the assumptions, then you are taking the assumptions out of your eye, out of your perception. We perceive what we assume. We perceive what we assume. And it's true. And we could argue to the death that assumption is true, because we never take the wax out. We never look, you see. So the assumption is kind of like the wax over your eye. Or no, it's like a cataract. An assumption is a cataract that clouds the clarity. It clouds the vibrancy. It clouds the colors. I remember when I had cataracts removed, it was a great deal. I recommended having cataracts to everybody. Because of the wow when they're removed. When they're removed, it's like you're seeing HD TV. Suppose you went from an old black and white antenna TV full of snow, and you got a big screen thing from Costco, a high-def TV, and it's like, whoa, you're just blown away with the sharpness and the vivid colors and everything. That's kind of like getting cataracts removed. Exaggerated a little bit, but I remember that. So that's what it's like when you have an assumption removed from your eyes. When you have the cataracts of assumptions removed. And the only way to get rid of the assumptions in your eyes is to have the intention to do it, to want to do it, to want to ask, is this true? Is this assumption true? You have to ask these questions to yourself. You don't have to ask them out loud. And it's not easy. It's not easy because when you identify with the assumption can't see itself. When you identify, when we have an assumption, when I have an assumption that my loss of hearing was age, I was that. I mean, in other words, I couldn't, that assumption couldn't question itself because it can't see itself. It can't question. It's like the reflection in a mirror cannot question if it's a reflection. What can question the reflection in a mirror? The mirror. The mirror can question the reflection. Is this reflection true? Suppose that the mirror believes a reflection, and the reflection is a fire, and now the mirror is getting hot. Oh, I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning. Is this true? So once the mirror asks the question of the reflection, it sees through the reflection. And suddenly, play with this now, it sees through the reflection into what's on the other side. It's like you stand, I love this analogy. You're standing, damn it, I forgot to put this on again. I hope you could hear that. See. Put on your mic, dummy. Okay. See, I assumed it was on. You know, if you have a if you're standing at the crossroads and a train is going by boxcars, you know, and you can read every one, you know, okay. And then if you relax, if you just look straight ahead and you relax your attention and stop focusing it on the assumption, on the boxcar, you see the people on the other side of the railroad cars waiting to cross. You see through the boxcars because there's a little space between boxcars. The boxcar is a big space. The space between them is little. When you stop focusing on the assumption, you see through the assumption. When you stop believing in the assumption, you see through it. And that is an awakened mind. That is vast mind, vast space, where nothing, where not a thing is holy. Now this is, I'm just, as I'm talking to you, I'm seeing a new understanding of Bodhidharma. When Bodhidharma came to China, he went to see the Emperor Wu, and the Emperor Wu asked him, this great sage says, what is your teaching? And Bodhidharma said, vast space, where not a thing is holy. And he walked off. Vast space, vast mind, where there are no impediments, where there are no assumptions. You see? Where there are no assumptions. And not a thing is holy. Not a boxcar is holy. See the boxcars going cars? You read them, you know, right? Everyone is a thing believed to exist, but it's gone by so fast. But there's still time you believe the boxcar is there, otherwise you would run into the train. So there's a functionality here that you have to. You can't just run it. You say the boxcars don't exist, so I'll just walk in front of the train. No, no, no. But at the same time that you know the boxcars exist, you can see through the boxcars. You can see through the assumption where not a thing is special. And this is a description of the awakened mind. Vast space where there are no impediments or assumptions. You see? Anyway, thank you very much for dropping in. See you tomorrow.